Rose Kachalia has now said that the IPID report into the way the police officers who protect President Cyril Ramaphosa behaved during the Phala Phala scandal has now been declassified. He was responding to a question from the African Transformation Movement. During her investigation into the theft of the US dollars stolen from the president's couch on his farm, the public protector, Koleka, said that his protectors had broken the law in the way they handled the theft. She said IPID must investigate. The parliamentary leader of the African Transformation Movement, Vuyo Zungula, joins us now. Mr. Zungula, good afternoon to you and thank you for your time. So, OK, the police minister says this report by IPID is now declassified. Does that mean that you and I can now finally see this report?
Afternoon, Stephen, also to your viewers. According to our understanding, the IPID, when they conclude an investigation, they will not hold a press briefing to speak about the findings of an investigation. Now, that is why in the answer, they speak about there's no legal provision that mandates that they go out to the public and table the report. However, we as members of parliament via a portfolio committee and also as a complainant, we as a party, we are going to submit a prior application to request that, that we have access to that report. Also, we are going to engage our colleagues in the portfolio committee on police, request that IPID must be summoned to present that report to the portfolio committee, because it becomes very important that South Africans, through these processes, get to have sight of what does that report entail, so that the necessary action is taken against each and every official, SAPS official that might be found in the wrong when it comes to their conduct in the illegal investigation or illegal unlawful investigation on Phala Phala.
I'm going to come back to Phala Phala in a moment because it is incredibly important, but just as a general principle, I was quite surprised to see that IPID reports aren't normally made public, because they're independent reports about the police. If I had lodged a report against a police officer, I would want to see the report. I'm sure you would too.
Definitely. Also, I think the background of this, it's how the Minister Mchunu classified the report as top secret, and then this acting minister finds it different. So obviously there's some political hand at play here, because it can't be that we as the ATM, we lodge an application to IPID to say investigate the conduct of the police when it comes to how they dealt with the Phala Phala issue. Now, not the investigation into the theft, but how the protectors of the president conducted themselves into that particular matter. Now, they were the ones telling us that it is top secret, we can't have access to it, yet were the complainants. Therefore, there is a political hand at play that seems to be suppressing any form of transparency and taking the public into their confidence about the investigation into the misconduct of the police. Also, what we want to see in that report, like you've stated, the public protector said the police attached to the president acted had counts of misconduct. However, you find that the very same Wally Rod, who was the head of the Presidential Protection Unit, there's no tangible action that has been taken against him. So that is why it becomes important that we have sight, not only as the complainants, but the entire country must have sight into that report, so that we hold accountable all of the Presidential Protection Unit members that may have acted in a manner that is contrary to the law when it comes to Phala Phala.
Do we know what the accusation against these police officers, these VIP protectors of the president, actually was? I presume the public protector would have spelt that out, but can we see if any action was taken against them or recommended against them by IPID from where they are now? Has anyone been demoted or anything like that?
According to our knowledge, no one has been held accountable. No one has been demoted. The very same individuals have continued with their work, precisely because there is no department or entity that is willing to take action, simply because there is no report that is very clear to say this is who that was in the wrong in this particular way, and this is the required action, therefore, to hold them accountable. Now, the investigations by IPID, our complaint was focusing firstly. They embarked on an unlawful investigation whereby they investigated illegally the theft in the president's farm without a registered case number, because once a crime has been committed, the first point of departure it is to open a case. In that instance, that did not happen. Some of the allegations also include the use of torture to try and get information from the housekeeper and the so-called suspects. And the other issue that needed to be investigated is how they went to Namibia to continue with an illegal investigation, crossing borders, to conduct the very same investigation. So that is what we asked IP to look into. And also, there's a general feeling, in fact, there's a general view, is that the protectors that are assigned to political players, political principals, act in a manner that is contrary to what the law requires, simply because they think they enjoy political protection. Either they are mandated by their political principals, or maybe they want to appease their political principals. Hence, you find that even the deputy president protectors were found basically harassing and hitting, people in busy highways in the past years. So what we want to address as well systematically as a party, it is the use of the protectors to commit crimes by the very same political principles. That is the core of the issue here. And we would want South Africans to really look into what is the core of the issue. It is political principles tasking the protectors, the SEPS members that are supposed to protect them as political players, to commit crimes, either to commit crimes or to conceal any theft or wrongdoing that has been done by the political principals. Hence, the release of the Phala Phala report done by IP becomes important to ensure that the protectors do not get to do wrong things simply because they'll be protected by the political principals.
Vuyo Zungula, thank you very much indeed for your time, sir, the leader of the African Transformation Movement.